Homeschooling favorites already, so if you have made a video or would like to make a video, the information for that is in the description box below, as well as the playlist, and I'll throw that playlist up there so you can take a peek at some videos from this month and last month. Anyway, so I'm excited. I have a lot of organizational stuff to show you this time. I have some preschool stuff to show you, some Christmas deals to show you, and then just some regular stuff, some regular programming here. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start with are these bins, and I know I have seen a ton of homeschool families use these bins. This was actually what I was using for my scrapbooking storage, and I just kind of decided the other day, we were kind of redoing the playroom, and I decided that Eli needs his own preschool shelving unit because during a busy season of life, preschool is kind of the first thing that I throw out the window, and yet he's the one who's most anxious and excited to be learning and doing school. So I don't want to lose that passion while he has it. I want to nurture it. So I know that I've seen a lot of people using these. I'm not sure how people use them because I have to be honest, I've never watched a video on a workbox type of system, but I'm going to show you how I do it. So there are 5 colors which correspond to 5 days of the school week. So what I do is in the top drawer, I put a to do, and in the bottom drawer he can put his done, and then that way at the end of the week I take all this stuff out and decide what's worth keeping and what's not. So I make sure that in each bin, each day of the week, I put something he can do on his own, something he can do with guidance, and then something that he and I have to do together. And so that way, whenever he does want to do some schoolwork, depending on where I'm at in my day with the kids, if I'm working on a reading lesson with Jesse, he needs to do something completely on his own. If I'm assisting a writing lesson with Bella, he can do something that can be kind of guided. And if the kids are doing their independent math lessons, then that's usually when I sit down and do the together project. For example, on Tuesday this week, he has these stickets, which he can do on his own. I just give him a little cup of water and then he is free to go. I have this patterning or Thanksgiving cut and paste activity. These are from 1+1+1. And then the pattern people over there. Now that is something that's guided. I'll help him cut it out and then help him, but he can do this on his own with a little assistance from me. And then our together project on that day is we're going to be reading this National Geographic animal poetry, which is another favorite of ours. I'll go ahead and link that below as well. But the pictures in this are just so beautiful. And then one of our Kiwi crates was safari themed, and so I put in these puppets, these safari themed puppets, so we can do that together, and that way he gets a little bit of heart time and also a little bit of preschool. So he's been loving this book a lot lately. I'll show you down here. I read this often during poetry tea time just because it keeps his interest with these pictures, and then the kids, the poems, you know, they are more for kids. Most of them are just rhyming poems, so it's just exciting and fun for them. But yeah, so that's what he and I are going to do that together on Tuesday. So then Wednesday, he's got the do-a-dot letters to do. He's got this to do, and he and I have a cooking project to do together on Wednesday. We've got some more of these preschool packs from the 1+1+1 blog are awesome because you can just pick a theme and then it goes all week long. And then yeah, oh, and then Fridays, so that's the other thing. On Fridays, I have been putting in something that's just extra, it takes extra time. So this is a board game he and I will play together on Friday because my older kids have a class that they go to on Fridays. So I know I'll have more time to spend with him on Friday. So that's kind of, he and I have a little fun Friday there. So that's how I've been using this workbox system. And while I'm on the topic of preschool, I'll go ahead and show, whoa, everything just fell. I'll go ahead and show you these. These are awesome. So these are just like craft trays or food trays. We just use them for science, so I have to wash them yet. But these are dishwasher safe, which is great. And they have these edges, so if you're using it for food and there's any spills, or if you're painting and they spill their water, that's great. But also this little funnel there at the end, you you can dump things out. I'm trying to do this with just one hand, but you can essentially fold this in half and it's a pour spout. So I've been loving these, and they're very large. It will fit a full-size sheet of paper. This is bigger than that, but so that's just, you know, to give you an idea. But these are great, and they come as a pack of 4, and I'm very glad that I made the investment to get these because they're much better than just flat placemats or newspaper. So as you saw, I do keep all of the Koala Crate projects that are unused. Sometimes we get a box and we use it all in 1 week. Sometimes we get a box and I decide to save the projects and pull them out periodically as we're studying a subject, or if I know we have something coming up that we're going to be studying. And you can always go online and see ahead of time what crate is coming, and go ahead and check out the books from your library ahead of time if you want to make a unit out of it. But I'm just going to show you a couple of crates that I've saved that have come just, you know, in the last couple of months here. So we got the ocean box, which I'm excited about because we are doing swimming creatures this year. And so this box is watercolor fish, a fishing game, and sea creatures puzzle. And it comes with everything you need to make those. I mean, down to the markers. So I'm sure most of us have markers in our house, but they send you everything. And then it also comes with a book and gives you other projects to do with some things that you'll likely have around your home already. Yeah, I cannot get this last page open. So there's that. And then this is the Wild West crate. And in this crate, you are making a bandana, a horseshoe toss, and a hobby horse. I'm saving this because we're going to be doing a few westward expansion units in the spring to go along with Little House and all that, some American Girl studies we're doing. So in this box, it also comes with everything you need. I mean, literally everything. Cupcake liners to make that bandana, everything. So I wanted to share these. I know I've shared Koala Crate before, but Kiwi Crate, Koala Crate, Tinker Crate, Doodle Crate, they even have one for infants and newborns now with just like books and plush and just learning activities for their little minds. They are having a Black Friday sale, and it's going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's 60% off, and so that means that you will get your first crate, any subscription plan that you choose, for $7.95. You can cancel at any time. You don't have to like call a 1-800 number and talk to someone to cancel. You just go online and you can either pause or cancel it from your account. And you can also have the very first box shipped to your address if you want to do it as a gift, and then wrap it up and give it as a Christmas gift, and then have any additional crates shipped to their address. So the first one would come right before Christmas, and then any other crates would come starting in January. So I wanted to make sure I told you guys about that deal. I don't believe there's going to even be a code that you need to use. It's just going to be site-wide. Kiwi Crate, Koala Crate, every single thing that they have. So I did get the Kiwi Crates for a while for my kids, but they have so much to do anyway that we ended up not using it as often as we're using the Koala Crate, so we're sticking with the Koala Crate right now. But I did just start looking at the Doodle Crate for my daughter, so that may be one of her gifts. Anyway, I wanted to make sure I mentioned that in this video, since we are using these individually in his preschool day now. I wanted to make sure that I told you guys about that sale. It's the best one they had last year, and it's the best one that they've had so far this year. Every so often, they'll offer like 50% off if you buy a 3-month subscription, or 40% off your first month, but 60% off with no commitment is the best deal that they run all year. So I wanted to make sure I told you guys about that. Speaking of deals, while we're on it, I suppose, this is going to be one of Eli's Christmas gifts, and this is going to be one of Bella's Christmas gifts. Now, the reason I'm showing you now is because both of these are going on and off sale. They've been going on and off sale all month long. So Bella loves our nature studies and wants to continue them further than we have time to do sometimes. And so I thought if she started doing these fairy gardens, that it would give her something to do during her quiet time to kind of arrange them and plant them and watch them grow, and maybe paint the scene as it grows and blossoms. So I got her this fairy garden, And then Eli, this is just another school toy. He loves the school toys. You've seen those counting owls that he has, and he loves the play sticks and all the colorful type of preschool and learning resources toys. So this was like 50% off, and I hope it still is by the time I put the video up, but both of these I'll put in a link below. Just keep an eye on the prices because they do keep dropping. So I wanted to show you guys those, but you will see them again in a couple of weeks when I do Vlogmas, just a heads up. These toys are so cute. Annabeth's been playing with these, and I thought I'd throw a little baby educational toy in here. These are the My Green toys, or just maybe they're called Green toys. They're the first green toy purchase that I've made for her, and I'm really impressed. So we've all seen those Fisher-Price stacker toys, and so I thought that this would be good for her because we don't have one of those for her, and it's so nice, and it's light. It's not very heavy. I thought they were going to be heavy. These are made out of recycled milk jugs, and they're BPA and all the other things that you need to be free of, they are free of. And I just like that they are made out of recycled material, and we're not just adding to more and more and more plastic baby toys here in the house. So keep an eye on the green toys. It's not the only green toy that's been going on sale. There's some really cute stuff for the newborn to preschool age range on Amazon through that green toy. These are another favorite this month. These are, I don't think I have the paper for them anymore. I think they're by Learning Resources. There are actually 2 blue dice, but Eli's playing with one right now. One color you roll and answer before, one during, and one afterward. And so what I've been doing with these is these have been for Bella to make journal entries. So I know I've mentioned before that handwriting is something that we still work on with her, and I've been needing to give her more opportunity to not just do copy work, but I need her to get some thoughts on paper, because she does copy work perfectly, but where she struggles with her handwriting is when her thoughts are kind of progressing faster than her hands will write, and so it gets sloppy. And so I thought that this will break it down a little bit. So she just, before we read a book, she'll roll the die, say it says, what questions do you have about this story, maybe based on the title. Wait, let's see, that's the same one. So, yes, okay. So these are the before. So what questions do you have about the story? And then she'll write that down, and then she'll write down her questions. Then she'll get up again. While we're reading the story, roll the dice, or this is the blue one, roll the dice, and how does the story relate to your life? And answer that in a couple of complete sentences. And then these at the end, how might you retitle the story and why? Now Jesse can do the same thing because he kind of likes to do whatever she's doing, but I let him do it with illustrations. So there's that, and these are fun. So any kids who you need to do any sort of comprehension questions with, but you just don't want to keep asking them the same questions, these are really fun in a really neat way, and already written down for you, so you don't need to come up with anything creative. It's all right there, and anything in dice form is just like extra fun for kids, right? Let's see, what do I want to do from here? I guess I'll go up here. So I just got this, and this was literally a steal of a deal. I've wanted a way to display books facing out, because we do have a little library section in our living room, but you only see the spine of the books, and so I wanted to face them out. So what I've been doing is these top 2 shelves have been any books that relate to our unit study. So right now, for 5 in a row, we're doing Cranberry Thanksgiving, so we have all sorts of Thanksgiving books up there. Right here is any assigned reading, so we're doing Little House right now, and then we've got some ocean unit books right there. And this bottom section are books that the kids are cycling through, and I don't want to keep putting them in the other room back on the bookshelf because they keep grabbing these ones. So Bella's reading the Nanea book, and the boys are liking the Muddle and Match books, and they're books that they just keep going for, so I'm keeping them in this room for now. But this was like less than $15, I believe, so I'm going to link that below. It was super easy to put together. It came with all the tools I needed, so I was able to do it while John was at work. And I just like the idea of facing the books out. So I've seen some of these bookshelves, and they've been really pricey, but this was a really good deal, so I wanted to be sure to tell you about it. And while I am showing it, I'm going to grab these because this is a part of favorites. We are currently doing a sea turtle unit, well, sea turtle chapter. It's supposed to be 2 weeks, but we are slowing way down because sea turtles are a really big deal here on our coast in Florida. And so the kids are very familiar with them, and there's so many ways to expand on this. So we're going to be doing this for at least 5 or 6 weeks. So we're stuck on sea turtles right now. And one of the people that my husband delivers to for UPS, they sell this in their shop, and so they gifted it to him, and I love these books. So these are Turtle Tracks, The Tale of a Nesting Hawksbill Turtle, and then the 6 hatchlings. And it also comes, it came with this sea turtle, and then you fit all these little baby sea turtles in this turtle, and then, so basically there it comes with that, the hatchlings and the nest, and then these little hatchlings actually hatch out of the shell. So it's so cute. My kids are loving these, and I wanted to share those because if any of you are doing swimming creatures or your kids just happen to love the ocean, these are adorable. Okay, and then last but not least, this is kind of a strange thing to put in homeschool favorites, but if you're anything like me, you struggle with having time to put yourself together in the morning, and I love being put together in the morning. It makes my days go a lot better. So these skirts I have found on Amazon, and they are less than $20, and they are very similar to like legging material. They're so thin and light, but just putting one of these pretty skirts on and throwing like a nice loose tank top or even a t-shirt over them, it's made me feel very put together, but also I can sit down, and I can sit down crisscross applesauce on the floor with my kids. I can move around well, and I'm not either too hot or it's not too tight and it's not stretching out because it is like a stretchy material. So I wanted to share this. I think this was my favorite. It's really pretty. And I'll put a link to that below as well because like I said, they are like $15 to $19 depending on the style that you choose. So I know it's not necessarily a homeschool favorite, but I believe that homeschool moms would appreciate something like this. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Anyway, so those are my homeschooling favorites for the month of November, which is crazy. I will do one in December, but I believe it will be an educational toy gift guide for Vlogmas. So if you would like to participate, like I said, all the information is below, and I'll see you later. Bye.